This is all that's left of my old Skybase. Broken tower, unfinished mine, and the remains of something that used to dominate this entire server. Years ago, I built a massive skybase here. A tower that reached the clouds, lava glowing through glass, a huge platform on top with a self-sustaining pyramid, a hidden mob farm, secret doorways, and a mine that went deep underground to supply the whole thing. It was so big, it cast darkness over the village below for 5 chunks. Then the server updated, and I lost everything. Today, we're starting the journey to rebuild it, but much better, more practical, more polished. There's just one problem. I'm actually terrible at Minecraft. So resetting the server too hard. I died to mobs a lot. But this time, my friend Sayo will be joining me. This isn't just a build, it's a full reconstruction of the biggest project I've ever attempted. And we're starting from ruins. There are a few things I must explain first. First being no debug info. As you can see, when pressing F3, we cannot see the coordinates. We cannot share them. Only things we can see is our GPU utilization and frames per second, which is there for graphical reasons, which forces us to remember where we're going, use compass and maps, otherwise we may lose where we're going. The only indicator of the world will be the built-in dot on the XP bar, which tells us where our teammate is, and that is fine. There is a limit to immersion. Second, hard mode on survival, no creativity, no cheats, no commands, no moderators. Although I created the server, I did not give myself moderator role. So within the world, even if I wanted to, I could not use commands. And the last thing is that the mods that are in the server do not give us an advantage, rather immerse us a little bit more, such as a shader to enhance the lighting, and some textures such as water, and distance horizon, which allows us to see where we generated chunks, even at a far distance, up to 100 and plus chunks, which is how Minecraft should be at all time. Without further ado, let the survival series Skybase rebuilding begin. To start rebuilding the Skybase, we first need the basics: tools, food, and iron. So we became the way every Minecraft world does. Wait, what? A few trees give us enough to craft our first tools, gather stone, get properly started. After that, we collected more wood and whatever food we could find, because on this server, night falls quickly. And here, night is something you need to be ready for. It gets extremely dark, and mobs becomes a real problem. While scouting ahead, Sayo managed to find a village, so we started heading in that direction. The village didn't have many resources, but it had something just as important: light, beds, and some food. Unfortunately, mobs were already invading the village, and we died a few times trying to deal with them. Eventually, we managed to sleep through the night, cook the food we had, and prepare to keep moving. Our goal that day was to find a good mining spot before the next night arrives. On the way back to Sayo, I grabbed about a dozen pieces of wood. We even stopped for a moment to watch the sunset, and before realizing that meant night was coming again, so we started searching for a cave. Once we found one, we set up a small camp near the entrance, set our spawn point, and began our first real mining session. We managed to collect some iron, but most of what we found early on was copper, which we ended up using it for armor. And while exploring deeper, Sayo discovered a mine shaft connected to a lush cave. So we gathered whatever materials looked useful, died a few more times along the way, and eventually I got completely lost on the ground while Sayo couldn't find the entrance to the cave. At that point, I decided to just keep mining iron until my inventory was full, and then dug my way back up. With our basic gear ready, we shifted focus to food for the next phase. We found another village, stocked up on wheat and bread, set our spawn there, and turned it into a temporary base. We also managed to tame horses that might come in handy later. Using the scouting we did earlier to found a village, we also had a lava pool located nearby. So we made our way to the lava pool and built a portal. And soon enough, we were in the Nether. We got a little lucky with location, again. Even with a completely random seed, a fortress was relatively close to us. The Nether trip itself, though, was pretty rough. Between lava, mobs, and a few unfortunate deaths, we lost a good amount of the loot we brought in. But in the end, we got what we came for, blaze rods. And then we regrouped at the portal with whatever gear we had left, returned to the village to finish the episode. So we organized the important materials, secured the base, and prepared for the next step. The next step will be we go to the end. Make sure to stay tuned and subscribe if you want to not only not miss the next videos, but also maybe catch us streaming live for the next episode that will be recapped into documentaries. So make sure to subscribe, put on our notification bell, and like this video if you liked it. See you in the next one.